iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams, race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
Good afternoon, race fans, and welcome here to race number 3 for the limited iRacing Outlaw Super Series. Tonight, we'll see the drivers do battle at the Five Flag Speedway. We'll see who can come out on top. Will it be KCBT, once again the winner of last week? Will it be Jacob York, winner of week number 1? Or will we see a new face down in victory lane? We got a lot of cars here tonight. It looks like about 16 of them, so it should be a pretty good show as we start to wrap up practice, and get ready for qualifying. We'll take a look at the timing scoring on the left side of our screen here. And right now, KCBT at the top of the charts with a 16.28, and all of those times very close to each other, folks. So qualifying's going to matter a lot for the starting track position to try and get around your fellow competitors. Like I said, folks, this is race number 3 of I want to say 10-season schedule, so we are already getting into the mid-season point, seeing who can come out on top in the points battle. I believe right now the points are looking like the following. I think, yeah, Braden Goddard is just leading Jacob York there in second place, so we will have to keep an eye on that as they are just separated only by 1 or 2 points, so very close to each other at the top of the timing and scoring, as KCBT will be the quickest in practice here as we get ready to head over to qualifying and see what these drivers can do for 2 laps here as checkered flag falls for this session. We'll see who can park it in victory, the Jags victory lane here tonight. As it looks like we got the 51 machine of Dean Thompson. We'll take a look at him as he gets that 51 machine up to speed down the backstretch. I have not seen Dean out here in the series yet, so welcome to the series, Dean, and we'll see what he can do here in qualifying as he starts his first time lap. You see him float it on into 1 there. A little bit high off of 2 there. I think you want to be a smidge lower. This turn, you really want to float it down. Just get it down to that bottom side right there at the exit and try to get a straight shot off as Braden Goddard goes to the top of the board here. so far as we get the qualifying timer going. And Dean Thompson for lap number 1 is good enough to sit P number 1, but a lot of cars still waiting to take a lap time as you see the 51 get a little bit loose trying to put that power down, and it doesn't look like he improved. So Dean Thomas at the top of the board. We'll look at the 50 machine of Tristan Newman as he starts his second time lap. First time lap is 16.65, so only good for P number 3. We'll see what he can do here on lap number 2. Looking pretty smooth from 1 and 2 and down that backstretch, as Tristan Newman will improve that lap time and go provisional pole. So the 50 machine looking pretty sporty as we now look at the 10 of Brendan Carroll. That thing looking like a handful underneath the 10 machine there. Right now, the slowest lap time put on in for Brendan Carroll. Looks like struggling with the handle a little bit, just making sure he can put some laps in and put a qualifying time in, because if you were to hit the wall, spin out, lose control of the car, you know that disallows a lap time. So these drivers have to keep that in mind as we now look at the 54 machine of Justin Elvis. Justin heading down the backstretch here. And I believe this should be his first time lap as he gets big time sideways off of turn number 4. We'll see where that can put him right there at the bottom of the timing scoring. So we look now at the 26 machine of Michael Lippy. We'll see what Michael can do here as he starts his first time lap here, folks. Right now looking pretty good from the 26 camp. Lap number 1 will put him all the way up into P number 3. We'll see if he can improve that for lap number 2 here, as he will not be able to. That spin right there will set him solid into the P number 3 spot. Now we'll have to wait, see if anyone decides to go on out in the session a little bit later. We still have 2 minutes left for our driver to come out there on track, so still a lot to be decided. And it looks like, folks, no other cars heading on out there anytime soon. So this may do it for what it seems like. I mean, as we see, only 16-second laps. So, you know, that leaves a lot of time for some drivers to jump on out there and put a lap time in at the very last second. I mean, we have drivers like Casey Beatty, who was the fastest in practice, not out there. But he will have to start at the back because he did win last week. That means he has to shotgun on this field, so maybe decides it's not even worth it to take a qualifying time. But Jacob York also not taking the time, Josh Cole, and Curtis Heading. So yeah, folks, it looks like it will be the 50 machine of Tristan Newman walking away tonight with the Quick Time Award with a 16.39. as the session is wrapping up here. Well, also, while we got a second, check out some race info about tonight. So we're at the Five Flags Motor Speedway here for the limited iRacing Outlaw Super Late Model Series. Looking like a nice cool night, 77 degrees, partly cloudy. And of course, we got to thank the sponsors that makes this limited iRacing series happen, that being BGDesigns.com and Premier Dental Arts. Be sure to check them both out if you're in the market for any of that stuff. They do some awesome work, everyone down there. But now we'll head down to trackside and run through tonight's starting order. Putting in on the pole tonight is Tristan Newman in the 50 machine. Starting on the outside front row is Matt McGrath in the 31. Row number 2 will be made up of the following: Michael Lippe in the 26 machine. Starting to his outside will be Kyle Perry in the 20. Rounding out the top 5 is Dean Thompson in the 51. 6th goes to Eli Lewis in the 3. 7th is Jay It's Jay Scalise in the 82. 8th is Braden Goddard in the 38 machine. 9th is Connor Gadsden in the 76. Rounding out the top 10 is Brendan Carroll in the 10. 11th goes to Ethan Johnson in the 2. Justin Elvis in the 54 will start 12th. 13th is Casey BT in the 45 machine, who will be dropping all the way to the back. 14th goes to Josh Cole in the 9. 15th is Jacob York in the 97 machine. And starting shotgun on the field tonight is Curtis Hedden. These drivers getting ready to do battle here as we look through some of the schemes here tonight. Here's what the front row will look like. The second row looking like the following here. Third row, Eli Lewis with a different paint scheme. Love to see it. Same with Braden Goddard in that 38 machine. So a lot of these cars looking very sporty here tonight. Excited to see these cars out on track doing battle. So some great looking super late models here as we get ready to go green flag racing action from tonight here at Five Flags. The lights are extinguished on the iRacing pace car, but since this track is smaller than a mile, I believe we do 2 pace laps here, so the iRacing pace car will stay on out. But this time by, folks, give the field a wave, because it is the penultimate lap. 1 lap to go till green flag racing action, so wave on your favorite driver. As next time by, the iRacing pace car will head down pit road, and we'll be ready to go back racing here for the limited iRacing series. This will be race number 3 tonight, as Tristan Newman in that 50 machine will lead us to green. Down low to his outside is Matt McGrath. We'll see how they can get through these first couple laps here as the iRacing pace cars head down pit road, and we'll wait for the 50 machine to jump on the loud pedal. He does that right here very late, but we are green flag racing here at Five Flags. We see the field head into 1 and 2 pretty cleanly here as there's contact. The 26 machine goes on around, and heavy contact for the 45 machine. He's up on his side, gets to all fours, but looks like the 54 machine not as lucky, as we will take a look to see what happened. As the field, as we're under our first yellow flag here tonight, and we're now trying to look at the 26 machine. Might have gotten some help. We'll watch a little bit further on in front from race number 1 here. Or sorry, yellow number 1, as we see if the 26 machine did get some help. He's right there, and yeah, just ever so slightly from that 51 machine. But here on iRacing, that is enough. And the C's part is set for the 45 machine and the 54 machine. And heavy contact for both of those race cars here tonight. So they will definitely have to use up a fast repair here very early, much earlier than they want to have. But still a long race ahead of us here, as we still have 120 laps to complete here tonight. As the lights get extinguished here on the iRacing pace car, we'll be ready to go back to green flag racing action. Still Tristan Newman leading the way, Matt McGraw in second. Now the 20 machine of Kyle Perry up to third, Eli Lewis in fourth, and Jay Scalise And the 82 machine will round out the top 5 as we wait for the iRacing pace car to head down pit road. We'll see if the 450 machine will jump on the loud pedal a little bit earlier. He does. We are back. Green flag racing action as the front row gets away very cleanly here. And we'll look a little bit further on back for those side-by-side racing action right now for a second. Eli Lewis trying to make that high side work on the 20 machine of Kyle Perry. These guys going at it for third on the racetrack. Eli Lewis up top in the 3. Down low is the 20 of Kyle Perry. As we are under yellow flag, it looks like the 2 machine may have gotten involved as he tries to get that thing righted in the right direction. We'll take a look to see what brought out yellow flag number 2 here tonight. As we look at the 2 of Ethan Johnson heading in turns 1 and 2. And does get a little bit help from that 85 machine. The 45 also gets the back of the 85, and then the 2 is along for the ride. And heavy contact. And man, big time contact for the 10 and the 2. Both cars going up and over. So both of the yellows tonight, folks, have involved 2 cars getting off of their wheels, as both those drivers will use their fast repairs very early as well tonight. So that is definitely not what these drivers wanted to see here. As folks watching at home, be sure to let us know your favorite driver, who you're rooting on for, what is your favorite paint scheme. I see we got Roger in the chat. Roger, how you doing? As the lights get extinguished on the iRacing pace car here, once again, we get ready to go back to green flag racing action here at 5 flags. Already had 2 yellows here early, but it looks like if the field mostly getting into a rhythm here, so let's hope we can get a long run here. I have a feeling it's coming here, folks. If not this time, for sure in the next one we'll definitely get one, as we now wait for the 50 machine to jump on the loud pedal. He does so. We are back green flag racing in the 31 with a great restart. They go side by side for the race lead here in 1 and 2, and a little bit of contact. The 50 definitely made contact. 31 gives it on back, and the 3 of Eli Lewis goes around in big time junk here in 3 and 4, folks. So I was a little bit off on the guess to that long run, but that was a big time crash. We'll take a look one more time to see what happened between Eli Lewis. He was right on the back bumper of the 31. That checked him on up and just got to the back bumper, the 20 machine of him, and that sends him on around, and some big time hits to that outside wall, and then the track starts to get blocked and no one can get on through. That was a big one, folks. We'll take a look one more time to see what happened here, as we'll maybe check out the 76 machine and see his hard hit here in 3 and 4, as we see the 3 spinning in front. 76 tries to go avoid high, and Jacob York gets to the right rear trying to avoid as well, and big time contact. As that wreck will definitely affect the standings here. Tristan Newman out in front. Matt McGrath in second. Now Jay Scalise up to third. Casey Beatty from starting in the back, involved in that first wreck, is now up to fourth. And Braden Goddard in the 38 machine, Mr. Consistent himself, our points leader, is now up inside the top 5. as we are under yellow flag for the third time, excuse me, here tonight. We now just complete lap 16 of 125. The lights do get extinguished on the iRacing pace car, so we get ready to go back to green flag racing action here. Front row still being made up of Tristan Newman and Matt McGrath. As we'll now wait for Tristan Newman to jump on the loud pedal. Last time by, we saw Tristan, not get the greatest one as, oh man, we got some big checkups here for this start. Everyone gets away cleanly, but Tristan Newman with a big jump out in front. He will have the advantage. Now, Matt McGrath will try and do battle with the 82 machine. It looks like Matt will just be able to clear. Now KCBT will try and put the pressure on that 82 machine for third place here. As we get a yellow flag here, we're trying to figure out what happened. It looks like it may have been the 2 car. Maybe not. I think everyone kept it rolling, so not sure where the yellow came on out at, but we'll try and take a look maybe around mid-pack here and see what happened to bring out this most recent yellow. As, oh yeah, I was involved with the 2 machine. Ethan Johnson gets a little bit sideways, but definitely not enough to bring out a yellow, but there is one that was thrown, so race control a little too on top of it here tonight, but it's always better to be safe than sorry for any of these events. As you see the 10 machine of Brendan Carroll getting the wave round. That should put him back on the lead lap, folks. As once again, we re-rack him, restack him, and get ready to go back to green flag racing action. Still Tristan Newman leading the way here. As we now wait for the 50 machine of Tristan Newman to fire on off. He does that now. We are back green flag racing once again. A great restart from that 50 machine. It looks like the 31 able to clear the 82. Now KCBT trying to roll that top side and doing just that for third place. Him and the 82 of Jay Scallis doing battle, and it looks like Casey might have the advantage. Definitely barely keeping enough room. I'm amazed they didn't make contact there. Casey's got to be careful pinching that hard because of iRacing. Any sort of contact will pretty much jump that rear end around of that topside car, so Casey's got to be a little bit careful pinching that hard, but these guys, heck of a battle. And Casey's able to get the spot. Now the 82 will be under fire from the 51 of Dean Thompson. Dean with a little bit of front end damage, but making that thing work. He's going to see what he can do to that 82 machine, but right now about a few car lengths back, a little bit deeper in this field, we have the 26 machine. Oh, it's one sideways off of turn number 4, and that will bring out the yellow there. It looks like Josh Cole in the 9 machine with some issues there. We'll take a look to see what happened to the 9 machine. As we look at Josh Cole. As Josh Cole gets on the apron there and kind of loses it, and then the 76 trying to avoid and gets into the back bumper, pretty significant there. So A tough break there as we're just starting to get in a rhythm, folks. But KCBT now up to third. We'll see what he can do with this great track position now. And there is a set of tires here these drivers have to keep in mind tonight. So another thing they have to kind of juggle on around, not only the fast repairs that they got to wait and use strategically, you don't want to use them up too early, but also the set of tires to try and give you an advantage over your fellow competitors as well. As we were under our 5th yellow here tonight, seen a lot of racing action, but also some big wrecks. 2 of the wrecks already have involved with 2 or more cars flipping on over, so it has been some wild racing action here. And we're just past a 5th of the way through this, so we still got a lot of racing action still to come. As we once again wait for the 50 machine of Tristan Newman to jump on the loud pedal. He has led all 30 laps of this race so far and doesn't look to slowing up as he does just that, jumps on the loud pedal. We are back, green flag racing at 5 flags as the 31 machine of Matt McGrath all over the back bumpers. 1 car goes around. It looks like Kyle Perry in the 2 also around. The 85 of Curtis Heading also facing in the wrong direction. So we will try and take a look to see what happened to this 20 car here on the start. As we see them jumping on the loud pedal, getting through the gears down the front stretch. Looks like the 76 a little bit slow, but 3 wide as the 76 was trying to make room for the 85 down low. Misjudged it. Not sure if the 20 knew they were also 3 wide. And then some hard contact from a little bit further on back, and all 3 cars that were 3 wide did end up facing in the wrong direction. So that shows you, folks, that 3 wide racing is pretty tough to do at these short tracks, especially here at 5 flags where you carry so much speed into the corner. As we are under our 6th yellow flag here tonight. As we look at the running order here, right now the biggest mover of the race is this 45 machine of KCBT up into the 3rd position. He's up 10 positions from where he started. Of course, had to start at the back of the field here tonight with that shotgun rule after winning last week. So he's made his way up through the field even before the first half of this race. Now has 2 very fast, clean race cars in front of him to try and get around as well. Once again, the lights are out on the iRacing pace car. We double fire them up, try it again here, but I'm hearing from race control that if we get another quick yellow, we might have to throw these boys single file as we wait for the 50 to once again bring us to green flag racing action here as we jump on a loud pedal, and we are back racing as Tristan Newman gets away cleanly. The 31 of Matt McGrath slides on in into second, and it looks like everyone gets through 1 and 2 here cleanly as the 51 looks to the inside of the 82. Will get his nose in there by the apex, but can Jay jump on the loud pedal? Yes, he can. He will clear himself off of turn number 4. And one car slowly making his way through the field pretty quietly, but trending in the right direction is also that 97 machine of Jacob York, currently second place in the standings right now, who is right behind him, Braden Goddard, in that 38 machine. So Jacob York doing what he needs to do as we see the 3 of Eli Lewis get big time loose. But up in front, Matt McGrath challenging Tristan Newman for the race lead. We go side by side for the race lead. And it looks like Matt will be able to complete the pass off of turn number 2. Now leaves the door open for Casey in third there, as Casey will send it on in there to make sure he has the position. That 45 machine struggling to put the power on down. You see how low he is. Almost gets that inside pit wall, but that'll allow Tristan Newman to reclaim second position. Now we'll try and set his sights on the 31 machine, but the 31 machine looking very smooth here in the middle of this race as we got one car slow down low. It looks like the 2 machine of Ethan Johnson trying to limp that car down to pit road, and we stay green flag racing action here. As a little bit further back, we got a battle between these 3 cars, Eli Lewis in the 3, the 20 of Kyle Perry, and the 26 of Michael Litt. As it seems like most everyone getting into a rhythm now. Now with some green flag runs, we'll see who's burned off their tires, who's going to be saving, who's going to be pushing, as it looks like the 50 machine of Tristan Newman just running his own pace, even though he has the 45 machine of Casey Beatty right on his back bumper. He doesn't want to push his tires more than he has to here, as we're still in the first half of this race. As we see Tristan get a little bit loose off of turn number 2, get that outside wall, and now open up the door for Casey Beatty in that third position. Now we go side by side and almost contact for that second position. Tristan Newman with a heck of a save. That was a slide and a half and a save for the ages as Tristan Newman hangs on to that 50 car, but more importantly, hangs on to third place after that. Wow. And that all started, I don't know if the 50 slid on down. The 50 slid on down, the 45 definitely slid on up, and there's contact right before corner entry, and that's what got the 50 just loose enough, but a heck of a save by Tristan there. That is some skillful driving to keep that thing not only facing in the right direction, but not lose any other extra spots. As it looks like we have the 10 and the 2 machine facing the 2 machine facing the wrong direction off of turn number 4. And this will bring out the caution here on lap number 50 of 125. We'll try and take a look to see what happened to bring out the yellow flag as we look at Ethan Johnson in the 2 machine. Right behind him is the 76 of Connor Godson. And just a little bit of contact between the 2 and the 76. That will be enough to put the 2 car facing the wrong direction. And here comes the 10 trying to avoid it. And oh man, big contact between the 10 and the 2. And yeah, I'm surprised there wasn't a yellow earlier, especially with how race control threw that yellow very early. And out on track, we have some split strategy. We got Casey Beatty and Tristan Newman heading down pit road, where our current race leader, Matt McGrath, is staying on out. So decisions have been made. Cars coming in for tires, some staying out. as we are under yellow flag here for the 7th time here tonight. That last incident involving 2 cars a little bit further back in the running order, so up front it's been clean and green here recently, especially for the 31 of Matt McGrath. I don't think any incidents, if so, just 1 or 2 scratches on that race car, but that thing looking very clean out there in the front of this field. Now Jay Salas in the 82 machine will restart second. Third will go to Jacob York in the 97. Fourth is Kyle Perry in the 20. And rounding out the top 5 for this restart will be the 26 of Michael Lipp. As the lights get extinguished on top of the iRacing pace car, we will be going green next time by being led now by the 31 machine. This will be his first restart. He's leading on this field, so we'll have to see if he keeps everyone on their toes. Also, something to keep in mind, the 50 machine back here of Tristan Newman, the first car on fresh tires, so we'll see how quickly he can get through the field as we get ready to go back. Green flag racing action as the 31 jumps on the loud pedal. We go back green here at 5 flags. The 82 machine able to slot on into second. Now a battle side by side for second as 3 wide a little bit further in this pack with Casey Beatty and Tristan Newman and the 54 machine. They all make it through cleanly, so Casey Beatty trying to get around Tristan Newman as quickly as possible with those fresh tires. With a little bit of contact, they make their way through this field as we look a little bit further on up of Curtis heading in the 85 machine with Braden Goddard to his top side. Also trying to bring along the 51 of Dean Thompson. As it looks like, 1 car sideways. That's our pole sitter, Tristan Newman, in the inside grass. And that will bring out our 8th yellow here tonight, as he'll get that thing righted and back up to speed. As we'll take a look, and alrighty, Tristan Newman just a little bit low and facing the wrong direction for sure, but yeah, not sure what may have caused it, but we know the end result. Tristan Newman goes around here right before the halfway point in this race. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be right back from our commercial break. As we are back here at the 5 Flag Speedway, and if you're tuning in with me here tonight, a little bit of update from the NASCAR race at Texas. Sounds like it's another interesting night here. It sounds like having some more troubles with those Goodyear tires. So these current gen cars still not proven to be the best. Hopefully they get these things figured out for sure by next season. But over here for the LIS Outlaw Super Late Model Series, we get back ready to go. Green flag racing action here right at the cross flags, this time by at the start finish line. We'll see the cross flags for the field halfway home, halfway to go as Matt McGrath jumps on the loud pedal, and we are back. Green flag racing action. The field making its way here through pretty cleanly. 31 machine leading the point Now the first side-by-side battle is for third with Jacob York and the 20 of Kyle Perry. Now the 26 will look to the inside of the 20 and battle for fourth, and further on back we get a lot of side-by-side racing action here. As we now see, Jacob York down very low, way out off of speed, and the 26 of Michael goes on around here for our 9th yellow. So we are back under yellow flag, and we saw that stack up happening. It took a while to fully unfold, but it was a pretty large one as we see Jacob York get big time sideways on the front stretch. That will kill his momentum, kill his entry speed as the 26 tries to go high and makes a little bit of contact with the 20. The 85 machine trying to hang on to that car after making some evasive maneuvers and some heavy contact for the 45 in the outside wall. And it looks like the 54 will also go on around here late in the wreck and make some pretty significant contact with the outside wall. So folks, we are under yellow for the 9th caution here tonight. As we are under yellow flag here for the 9th time here tonight. We'll go take a look at the point standings as they run here for coming into tonight's race for the limited iRacing Outlaw Series. We got Braden Goddard leading Jacob York by 1 point, and then Ethan Johnson in third, just 2 points behind our points leader. So everyone very close on points here. But now we are getting ready to go back to green flag racing action. The lights are out on top of the iRacing pace car. Matt McGrath will lead us once again to green flag. Jay Salas in the 82 machine will be on the outside, and we jump on the loud pedal and we're back to racing action here on lap 70 of 125. Looks like everyone in about the top 5. Single files on out here. KCBT in that 45 machine looks to the inside and is to the inside of the 51. Looks like one car very slow on the front stretch. That's the 97 machine of Jacob York, and that will be caution number 10 here tonight. And it looks like it is just a single car wreck here. Looks like it involves the 97 machine. So we'll take a look to see what happened to bring out yellow number 10 here tonight. As we look at the driver that was running in the third position, that would be the 97 machine of Jacob York off of turn number 4, right on the back bumper of the 82 machine. And I don't think he got help initially, but at the very end he definitely did get some help, and luckily keeps that thing low, keeps it out of anyone else's way, and everyone able to get around cleanly. But as we're checking on up, a little bit after the fact, the 38 machine of Braden Goddard gets a little bit of help there. So not sure what happened there, but we do have some takers. Of course, Jacob York being one of the cars down pit road here. As we approach 50 laps to go here around the Five Flags Motor Speedway. This is, of course, race number 3 of 10 here for the limited iRacing Super Series. Excuse me, folks. Next week we go and do battle at the Nashville Fairgrounds, so that should be a wild one at the very high speed 5/8 mile track, as that track is a very tricky track just to even get off the corner, so that should be pretty interesting to watch these guys do battle there. But I think this time by we should maybe see the lights go out on the iRacing pace car. And that we don't. So 2 laps to green here as Jacob York gets the 97 machine back up to speed, and looks like does not use one of those fast repairs. Wants to keep on saving it for that team. So I like the call. But yeah, it's getting pretty late in the race to not use any, especially if you have, well, if you only have one, you know, you definitely want to save that till you last possibly can. So I do like the call to save it because as we've seen here, you never know what could happen. As this time by, the lights will get extinguished on the iRacing pace car. We'll re-rack them, restack them, and get ready to go back. Green flag racing action. As still out here, folks, we have all cars that started this race out there on track except for the 76 machine of Connor Godson. So as we now wait for the 31 to fire on off, he jumps on the loud pedal. We are back. Green flag racing action from 5 flag. Looks like the 82 machine will be able to just clear the 50. No, he won't. The 82 machine gets turned on around the wrong way, but somehow saves that race car. We stay green flag, but then the yellow flag comes on out, and some more cars around here in 3 and 4 after the fact as well, as we try and get everyone righted, but a lot happened that lap. As we'll try and take a look and see what started that, and ultimately what unfolded, as I believe the initial yellow was for the 26 machine getting sideways off at turn number 2, but leading up to that, they're already stacking on up, having all sorts of issues as you see him going around there. But a little bit later on, we see some big time contact further on back with the, looks like the 50 machine going around off the 3 maybe, and then the 20 getting sent around in the wrong direction as well. So a lot of cars probably not needing to be involved in that were involved in it, as we see our leader, the 31 machine, comes down pit road. Man, I don't know if I agree with that call, folks, especially this late in the race. You know, track position seems to be key, especially with having tough times getting a long run in. So we'll have to see how that works out for that 31, but now that hands over the race lead to the 51 of Dean Thompson. Alrighty, folks, we get ready to go back to racing action as we're under our 11th caution here tonight. Now Dean Thompson in the 51 machine will lead us to green. To his outside is the 45 of Casey Beatty. Third is Curtis Heading. Fourth is Josh Cole, who's made his way up to the top 5, very impressive. And 5th is Braden Goddard as the 51 jumps on the loud pedal. He gets away with a massive jump. Casey gets away cleanly, but a little bit further back. A lot of side-by-side racing action from, it looks like, 4th on back. As we see Curtis heading, able to clear the 54 of Justin Elvis. Now Braden Goddard will try and do the same as he just gets a nose to the inside. The 54 with some contact will go around. Heavy contact to that outside wall as Justin Elvis will try and get that 54 machine righted, but we were just getting rocking and rolling till we had our most recent yellow. We'll take a look to see what happened between the 38 and the 54. Man, that's a tough one there, folks. Both cars moving a little bit in the braking zone, which is always a big time no-no here on iRacing, and the 54 definitely paid more of the price as he now has to go all the way to the back. And it looks like the 38 machine of Braden Goddard with the good sportsmanship also tapped on his roof, takes the claim, so he'll start in the back as well. So you do love to see some good sportsmanship, but we are under yellow number 12 of the night. As Dean Thompson got away with a great restart there. He's got to hope he can do the same thing here as we have right around 40 laps to go, folks. So we are entering the closing stages of this race. This time by will be 87 laps down, right around 37 to go. As the lights are once again extinguished on the iRacing pace car, we have our third different leader, Dean Thompson, out there in front, leading us back to green flag racing action. As last time, Curtis Heading didn't get the greatest restart. We'll see what he can do up in that 4th position. But some drivers you got to keep in mind, the 97, the 50, and the 31 all there. As Dean Thompson on the loud pedal, we are back green flag racing action. Once again, the top 2 getting away with a great start. Dean heading very up on the very top here. 3 wide off of turn number 2. Everyone's able to get on away cleanly and make it through those corners. As we look about mid-pack, Jacob York still struggling to put down the power in that 97 machine, especially off of turn number 4. He's got to figure out a way to get through that cleanly as Eli Lewis looks to the inside of Dean Thompson for second. Excuse me, Josh Cole has contact there, and there is the yellow as, oh man, the 50 of Tristan Newman gets sent, and up and over he goes under yellow flag. What is going on, folks? As I believe the initial yellow came out for the 2 car off of turn number 4, and it looks like, yeah, that will be the case as Ethan Johnson just loses the back end of that thing, tries to save it, gets a little bit behind, and oh man, once again, big time contact between the 2 and the 10 for another yellow here, that being Brandon Carroll and Ethan Johnson. As we are under our 13th yellow here tonight, KCBT was able to get around the 51 of Dean Thompson, so he will be our 4th different leader here tonight and try and lead us to green flag here. Dean Thompson now up into 2nd. Eli Lewis in the 3 machine up into 3rd. Jacob York in 4th. as we are back under the 13th yellow here for the limited iRacing series here at Five Flags for race number 3 of the series. Now we have KCBT, last week's winner, from the back to the front here, leading the way here in the closing stages of this race with 30 laps to go. The lights do get extinguished on the iRacing pace car, so we are going green next time by. KCBT will lead us to green. Dean Thompson will complete the front row. Row number 2 will be Eli Lewis and Jacob York. Row number 3 will be Josh Cole and Matt McGrath. Matt is the car on newest tires up into 6th, so he's making his way pretty quickly through this field, so that's got to put some pressure on these front runners here as we wait for the 45 to jump on the loud pedal. He does just that. We are back. Green flag race in action from Five Flags. As Dean Thompson all over the back bumper of the 45 machine. A little bit of contact as Dean Thompson tried to time the crossover. Now Eli Lewis will try and put the moves on as I hear a car sideways, and we are back under yellow flag here. And not sure where it started, but it looks like we did have some cars almost facing the wrong direction. We try and take a look and see what happened off of turn number 2. Looks like the 20 may have gotten some help from the 26 machine. The 85 of Curtis Heading makes some pretty significant contact with that left side door of the 20 of Kyle Perry, but everyone able to at least keep their cars rolling as we see our race leader KCBT 2 pits. Man, I was questioning Matt McGrath's call, but man, I gotta really question that call to pit this late in the race for maybe some tires and fast repair. Doesn't seem worth it in my book, but maybe you're seeing the 31 all the way up into 3rd position now. So man, the only way to beat him is on fresher tires, so he brings that thing down pit side, which will hand over the race lead once again to the 51 of Dean Thompson. As that time by, folks, we see triple-digit laps completed, 100 laps down, 25 to go. As this time by, we will get that call at the start-finish line for the timing and scoring. And right now it's Dean Thompson leading the field, Eli Lewis in 2nd, Matt McGrath here in 3rd with those freshest tires. Jacob York with a great rebound here in 4th, and Braden Goddard, the points leader, sitting in a pretty alright spot in there in 5th. But a lot of racing still left to go with 25 laps here. We are under our 14th yellow, and we get ready to go back. Green flag racing action here at Five Flags. As we now wait for the 51 machine of Dean Thompson to jump on the loud pedal and get ready to go back. Green flag. He does just that. We are back racing here as Eli Lewis able to get clear. He will slide down into 2nd right in front of Matt McGrath for 3rd, who slides in. Clears the 97 now. The 97 will be right on the back bumper as our leader gets heavy contact with that outside wall. Dean Thompson with a vicious hit. We'll take a look to see if he got some help from the 3 down the backstretch. But that brings us under yellow, number 15 of the night. As Eli Lewis does look to the inside of the 51 machine heading into turn number 3. And, oh man, I don't know what happened there, but I think the 3 car has to turn in a little bit earlier with a car to his outside, and that 51 makes very significant contact with that outside wall. But now that hands over the race lead to the 3 car of Eli Lewis and Matt McGrath up into second position. We'll be right back from commercial break. Don't go anywhere. We are back here at Five Flags Speedway as the lights get extinguished on top of the iRacing pace car. We are going green next time by. As the iRacing pace car heads down pit road, Eli Lewis will be our 5th different leader and lead us to green flag here as we jump on the loud pedal. We are back, green flag racing action as Eli Lewis gets away cleanly, but now he has one of the fastest cars right behind him as we get a yellow flag. Braden Goddard hard into that outside wall, and I believe the 85 of Curtis Heading was also involved here as we take a look, see what happened to the 85 machine first, and then we'll look at the vicious hit of the 38 hereafter. As we look at the field from the start here, the 85 machine of Curtis Heading with the 9. Oh, it looks like he got help from the 82 of Jay Salas behind him. But then we got to look at the 38 of Braden Goddard, who gets a little bit of help from that 20 and big time contact with the outside wall. And then the 54 of Justin Elvis not having time to react. So quite a few damaged race cars here from that one as well, as we are now inside of 20 laps to go. As I don't think it's quite as we get to the closing stages of this race, folks. We got Eli Lewis leading the field here late in that 3 car. You know, painted up a little bit differently than we normally see. Usually he's in the white car. Now he's in a black car and seems to be suiting him pretty well as he's leading the field. Matt McGrath in that 31 machine always has a lot of speed. It seemed like here tonight at Five Flags up into second. And Jacob York, you know, started off pretty quiet, did not qualify, has made his way through this field, has been one of the fastest cars each week that he has shown on up, now sits in the 3rd position. as the lights are extinguished on the iRacing pace car. We get ready to do battle here in these closing stages as we'll wait for Eli Lewis in the 3 car to launch on off and bring us back to green flag racing action. As we wait for the 3-2 fire on off. He does that with a lot of wheel spin contact. Matt McGrath will get away cleanly, but 3 wide into turn number 1. We see the 54 send it on inside of the 26, and we somehow stay green, but a terrible restart for Eli Lewis. That will have him lose the race lead, but we somehow stay green as 1 car going around. It looks like the 2 car of Ethan Johnson. We stay green flag racing action though, but up front we have Casey BT getting around the 3 of Eli Lewis. So Casey, with the restart he needed, he's on those freshest tires. Now we'll set his sights on the 31 of Matt McGrath for the race lead. As this time by, we see 2 open palms from the flagman. 10 laps to go around this very fast 5 flag speedway. Matt McGrath leads the way over KCB to Eli Lewis in 3rd. Kyle Perry in 4th, and Jacob York from that bad restart by the 3, really bottled him on up. Now sits in the 5th position. As right behind them, Tristan Newman tries to put on the works to the 51 of Dean Thompson. This is the battle for 6th here as Tristan Newman gets big time sideways off that corner. As it looks like KCBT now to the back bumper, and we get a yellow flag here just when the battle was about to get rolling. It looks like the 38 machine of Braden Goddard was involved in this. We'll take a look to see what happened to our points leader. We see the 38 machine here rolling through turns 3 and 4. And just as the 38 tries the crossover on the 9 in front of him, gets on the loud pedal a little bit too aggressively, spins that thing on out, and that will bring us under our 17th yellow here tonight. As KCBT was just catching our race leader, was just about to start trying some moves on him, but now we'll have the issue forced on top of him as when we go back to racing action, we'll probably only have 3 or 4 laps to go. And if everyone wasn't already in full send mode before, folks, they will definitely be in it now for these closing laps. As KCBT in our 2nd position in that 45 machine will try and complete the shotgun challenge here tonight. He had to start at the back after winning last week, and he will try and do the same here tonight as he will have to take advantage of every opportunity, really try and roll that middle here really good in 1 and 2, and probably try the crossover down the backstretch. But we'll get the green flag with 3 laps to go here. 1 lap to green right now. We'll see the field re-rack them, restack them. As Matt McGrath has shown a lot of speed in that 31 car. Will it be enough to hold off last week's winner? We'll find out here shortly as the iRacing pace car heads down pit road. We now wait for the 31 machine to fire on off. He does just that. We go back, green flag racing action. And KCBT does not get the restart he needed. He'll now battle with the 20 machine as Eli Lewis goes hard into the outside wall. And we are back under yellow flag here as Eli Lewis will take a look to see what happened to that 3 car to bring out this most recent yellow. As we look back once again at our restart. We'll take a look at the 3 of Eli Lewis all over the back bumper of KCBT. And as he lifts to go into turn number 1, thinks he has a little bit of room. Jacob York trying to arc that corner. They make a little bit of contact, but heavy contact for that 3 car of Eli Lewis, and the 10 comes on in there late and delivers one final blow to that 3 car. So that 3 car has seen better days, finds himself now outside of that top 5 that he was just running in. So that's how quickly things can change, folks. As we'll get it ready for some attempts at some green-white checkers here. As the lights do go out on the iRacing pace car, we will re-rack them, restack them, and get ready for attempt number 1 at a green-white checkered here, as Matt McGrath will lead us to green, KCBT in second, Kyle Perry in third, Jacob York in fourth, and Dean Thompson rounds out the top 5 as we now wait for the 31 machine to jump on the lap pedal. He does just that. We are back green flag racing once again. KCBT will have to battle with the 20 machine at least one lap here, as they are 3 wide a little bit further back with the 97 and the 50. Tristan Newman is a man on a mission, somehow able to squeeze that super where no one else can. We are on the white flag lap. We'll see what KCBT can do down the backstretch for the final time. I'm Matt McGrath. We'll try and send it on in there. He will get to the back bumper, and he spins him for the race lead. They are wrecking big time off of turn number 4, and the race isn't over. And somehow, Braden Goddard, our points leader, picks up the win. And there was big time junk off of turn number 4. And holy smokes, people, that is not a way you respectably want to win a race, but for KCBT. But Braden Goddard does everything right, drives through the smoke, and somehow picks up the race win. But we will take a look one last time off of turn number 2 here down the backstretch and see the last lap melee as the 31 gets a little contact from the 45. And here in iRacing, you never hit someone in the left rear. That's rule number 1. That will instantly send someone on around. And here comes the rest of the field to pile on in there, and cars going up and over. We'll take a look one more time here off of turn number 2 from the top of the spotter stand. And after we'll take a look at this, we'll be talking to our top 3 when it's all said and done. As you see the contact there, the 31 starts to go around 45, knowing he screwed on up, doesn't ever jump in the gas, doesn't want to win like that. So Braden Goddard somehow gets through on that bottom side, and just look at the carnage after the fact, folks. Cars flipping all over the place. Jacob York finishes upside down. Same with the 9 machine, finishing in 4th up on his lid. So big time junk for a lot of cars, but Braden Goddard will pick up the win, and we'll be talking to them here in a second. Don't go anywhere, folks, as we will first try and talk to our 3rd place finisher, Brendan Carroll. We'll see if he can get a copy here from us in the booth. Hey, Brendan, do you got a copy? It's Brett the Jet in the booth here.
I got a copy.
Alrighty, man. Well, looking at the timing and scoring, you came home in 3rd after that big one off of turn number 4. How'd you make it through that wreck, first and foremost?
Honestly, watching it back, I have no clue. I went underneath like 3 cars that were flying over me, so I do not know how I got 3rd.
Yeah, I tell you what, that was a crazy last lap, Brendan, and what a heck of a way to do it. I mean, I don't know if the cars seemed like a handful tonight, and it seemed like you were kind of mid-pack all day long, but to walk away with this thing up 7 positions from where you qualified, up here in the podiums. Man, got to mean a lot to you here tonight.
I will definitely take it. Definitely a good points day. And I'd like to thank DCR Chassis for sponsoring me.
Alrighty, well, awesome stuff for you, Brendan. Glad to have you in the booth, and best of luck to you. Looking forward to talking to you some more. And once again, congrats on that third place finisher. Somehow getting through that big one, driving through the smoke, and yeah, you got to be pumped up over there after that third.
Oh yeah, definitely unexpected.
Alrighty, man. Well, you have a great rest of your night, and hopefully we'll be talking to you some more here in the future.
Okay.
As that was our third place finisher, Brendan Carroll in the 10 machine. We'll try and now dial up our second place finisher, that being Casey Beatty in that 45 machine. I know this will be a not the interview he wanted to have, so we'll try and talk to the driver of the 45 machine, and it looks like we may not have a copy to him. Casey, do you got a copy? It's Brett the Jet in the booth here. Yeah, it looks like we won't have a copy for our second place finisher, Casey Beatty. So now we'll head down to victory lane and try and talk to our race winner, Braden Goddard, in the 38 machine. Braden, you got a copy? It's Brett the Jet in the booth here.
Yeah, I got you.
Alrighty, man. That was a crazy last lap. Tell us how you drove through that field to ultimately win this crazy Five Flags race here tonight.
Sheer luck, to be honest with you. It was something that last lap. I got really lucky. Was able to go under him and take it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Braden. Did you know to go low, or was it kind of like, all right, I see smoke, we're gonna go to that inside wall and just keep our foot in it since it's the last lap? What was kind of going through your mind during each of those probably milliseconds, let's say?
I just kept my foot in the gas and went low. Hope for the best.
Alrighty, yep. And after that, that was the case. And, man, you park it in victory lane. Points leader coming into the night. And I think you'll extend that points lead, Braden. I'm sure that's what you're hoping for. But tell us a little bit throughout this race. It seemed like you're about a 5th to 10th place car here tonight. Was the car handling the way you wanted it to?
Yeah, the car was good. I'm not the best at this track. It's one of those tracks that I just don't have I don't know how to word it. I'm not the fastest at this track. It's not one of our good tracks.
Yeah, this place is really tough, Braden, especially with how hard you got to pretty much send it into each of these corners, then check on up, and then be very precise with the throttle, because I saw a lot of people struggling off of turn number 4 to put that power down, especially Jacob York in that 97 machine. That seemed to be his Achilles heel. So, yeah, this track, very demanding. But, Braden, man, that was a crazy last lap. I still can't fully wrap my mind around it, but an awesome job by you to bring this home in victory lane here after it's all said and done. So, Braden, before we let you go and celebrate down in victory lane, I'm going to go hand over the mic to you and thank who you got to thank.
Yeah, I'd like to thank everybody for racing with us tonight. It was a very, very hilly night. But, I mean, every short track race, especially in the supers, is it's an exciting night. That's the way you could word it. And I'd like to thank BG Designs. Just if you need any paints on iRacing, reach out to them. They got you covered.
Alrighty, well, awesome stuff, Braden. Always a pleasure talking to you. It seems like almost a pretty common occurrence once it's all said and done when you seem to be talking to me in the booth, which is always a good thing, especially for a championship run. So, Braden, enjoy this victory down in victory lane, and I'm sure we'll be talking to you again here in the future.
Hey, thank you.
As that was our race winner, Braden Goddard, in the 38 machine. He will park it in victory lane and pick up the win for race number 3 here at Five Flags. Wow, folks, that last lap, absolutely insane. Still can't fully wrap my head around, as that was something unseen. The driver probably running in 7th at the time finishes in first. A guy that was probably 13th all night long finishes on the podium, so wild stuff. But we'll run through tonight's finishing results to give everyone the rundown of where your favorite driver finishes. Braden Goddard will pick up the win for race number 3 at Five Flags for the limited iRacing Outlaw Super Late Model Series. Second, we'll go to KCBT in the 45 machine, trying to complete the shotgun challenge, comes up one last lap short. Brendan Carroll in the 10 machine picks up his first podium of the season with an awesome run there to limp that thing across the line into third. Josh Cole on his lid will finish in fourth. Same with Jacob York rounding out the top 5. Sixth will go to Dean Thompson in the 51. Seventh is Eli Lewis in the 3. Eighth goes to Tristan Newman in the 50. Ninth is Kyle Perry in the 20. And rounding out the top 10 is Michael Lip in the 26. 11th is Matt McGrath in the 31. He's the one that got sent on that last lap wreck. Connor Godson in the 76 finishes in 12th. 13th is Justin Elvis in the 54. 14th is Ethan Johnson in the 2. 15th is Jay Salas in the 82. And rounding out the field tonight is Curtis Heading in the 85 machine. So, folks, that has done it for race number 3 for the Limited iRacing Super Series. Still got to thank Premier Dental Arts and BG Designs. If you're looking for a design that pops on your iRacing car, be sure to check them on out. Or if you ever need some dental work being done, be sure to check out Dental Arts, see if there's one in your area. I've been Brett the Jet from Turn 3 Racing Network. Be sure to check out Turn 3 Racing Network throughout the week for all your racing needs. I'll be live here on Monday as well if you're looking to listen to my beautiful voice anymore. And be sure to check out all of our other broadcasters as well throughout the week. Everyone, have a great night. Thanks again to everyone jumping on into the YouTube chat lands, all the live viewers, all the replay viewers. Appreciate each and every one of you. Everyone stay safe, have a good one, and we'll catch you next week. Same time, different track. I've been Brett the Jet, and remember, just flew by you. Have a good